The drawback to using this indie is even though it is great at showing us when to get in on the start of a new move, it is much harder to see continuation moves with this indie. Not to worry. The histo indie that is in the window above the oscillator is a filter indie smile. This will work hand in hand with the range indie to show us continuations in the current trend as well as an exit strategy if you are not already out of the move. If the filter goes against you, then it is time to exit. Also, the filter indie will help you decide if it's a good time to get in. As a rule of thumb, do not trade against the filter indie. It is there for your protection. The higher GAN SSL, which will show you 4 hours on 1 hour and 30 meters chart and daily on 4 hours chart. This way you can see the immediate higher time frame as it is critical to your decision making process. Trading with the higher time frames is preferred. The smaller GAN SSL is part of your trigger. You want to be in a red smaller GAN SSL to look to sell, and in a green smaller GAN SSL to look for a buy. You want to be in a red small GAN SSL within a yellow big GAN SSL to sell, and in a green SL within a purple big GAN SSL to buy. The DSR in the main chart that looks like a squared crosshair or hash mark. Think of it as a zero line. You want to be above it when going long and you want to be below it when going short. It is there as a confidence booster. Just watch it for a few days and you will see why. Just remember the range indicator is very important. You shouldn't take the trade unless you have the range white line crossing the top black line for a buy trade and cross the bottom black line for a sell entry. I want the range line to be facing up or down. When it does its cross, a flat range line is a weak signal. Use the trend signal arrows to confirm your entry decision, at least until you get the hang of this setup. When you get a trend sig arrow, make sure you got trend bars across the DSR, the gray hash marks, or at least the midline of the hash marks before you take your entry. DSR stands for dynamic support and resistance. It's support and resistance that adjusts to price while price moves. So you want to break past S and R before taking a entry on a trade. You might even want to wait for price to retest the S and R that you just broke through before you enter a trade. What I mean is, say you're getting trend signal arrows on each candle and every candle afterwards, but then on the next candle you don't. The streak of trend arrows has stopped, so this means the trend may have slowed down, or even stopped. So this is something to keep in mind. Another that you want to pay attention to is the Murray math. There are many ways to use Murray math, and if someone has some ideas on how else to use it here to beater trading this setup, please let me know. But as for me, I try to keep it as simple as possible. So what I look is how much price has moved across the Murray math map. I do this to get an idea to when it may be running out of gas and when it may want to start going in the other direction. So say price trends downwards for a while and then it comes into the oversold areas of Murray math, the 1/8 and minus 1/8 area and beyond. Now I'm looking for signs of weakness, like a double or triple bottom. Now that I'm in the oversold area of the Murray math, I'm not looking to take any more sell trades. I'm now looking for the trend to change and go upwards. On take profit it will be different for each time frame. I will set a predetermined number of pips that I want to take profit at. For the 1 hour year/used for example, I would strive for around 60 pips. I always open 2 trades on a pair at a time. This way I can try and make the second trade run. So I open 2 trades on the year/used and set the first trade to take profit at 60 pips or the nearest monthly pivot, SR. Once I have taken this first take profit on the first trade, I let the second run until the candles change color against me. The whole point of this is to bag my first trade early to give me leeway to let the second run. This is just my style of trading. You should do what works for you. When it comes to stop loss, I first set an initial stop loss of 80 to 100 pips to avoid my account from being wiped out from some free